All right, guys, so on the 77 column, you got your shifter rod bracket here, and that's going to line up with where this keyway is here. So you got to go through this opening to get that in there. So once I get that in there, I see my keyway right there. Then inside of there, you got the keyway. All right, so on here, when I want this to rest, make sure this don't fall out, I sit it off to the left or the right, but seeing that this side is on the bottom, you know, don't want it falling and then coming out, so I put it to the left side. Then I want to take this keyway and have this keyway to go right in there. I'm going to hold this up. And I want to get that right in the keyway there. All right, so with that in there, I'm gonna just take a socket and hammer right on this here. So I'm gonna put that socket on there. All right, so I'm gonna put a socket with an opening in it. Make sure that's gonna come through. So I want to hold this up. All right, so that's up through there now. So now the problem I was having with the other one, because it was totally different than this, I couldn't get these lock springs and the washers and the bushings on there. So now that's up past there. These should go on here pretty easy. All right. All right, first I'm gonna put my wave washer on here. Then the side that's tapered, you got a side that's flush, and the side that's tapered, they got these two slots are gonna go on these two, into these two back slots right there. So I'm gonna maneuver this around, get this up. Well, actually, I need to hammer this down because I don't want that up in there that far right now, because otherwise it's harder to get this bushing in, this plate in with that up so far. So let me hammer this back down. I'm gonna put that on there flush. And just hammer this down. All right. So now that that is down, now this plate will go in here a lot easier. Like I say, the tapered edge I want to go in there first. So with that hammer down, I can get this plate to slip right off into here. Now I want to collapse this in together. Lining that up where everything are clear. Then I want to all right. All right. All right. Now that I got that started, I want to look for my keyways, and I want to slide this around to where those slots are. All right, now I got to get this to compress in enough to put this, to get these to snap in. All right, so I think this column is collapsed on this 77 Regal. So I'm back up here at Chuck's again. He told me to come on up today. Let's see if he's gonna let me record. Chuck!
Using panel adhesive, it's expensive. It's $100 a tube, but the stuff is really, really strong.
Panel adhesive for what?
Blue and quarter panels on cars.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
yeah, that stuff. Yeah, that stuff works. Yeah.
So it comes in a gun like this. Here's the trick. I had some that didn't work, and I talked to the manufacturer, and they said, "Okay, you put the mixed tube on there. You can't clean it. You got to throw it away." I buy them. Matter of fact, I just used the last one. I buy them 15 a pack.
I clean mine out.
How do you clean it out?
I take like a punch,
Yeah.
thin enough. I push it in there.
But it's spiraled.
No, but you just throw it in a thing of lacquer thinner. Let it sit about 3 days.
Yeah.
Take a little Harbor Freight pick.
Yeah.
Pick it out, and then take a air
Yeah,
compressor and blow it out. It's
Okay, so when you do this, it goes down to the end.
yeah.
You
No,
gotta purge
I
it.
use
You
it.
gotta purge it
I
because it
use
doesn't mix if you just start using it
right away. Yeah.
So what I did was, I'm looking at this bowl. These are plentiful. One of the part numbers on this is 007.
And this same bowl like I got here.
Right.
Cause see, I fiberglass mine together.
Well, I wanted to.
If you found your thrill on Blueberry Hill, it's still
right here. Anyway.
1069.
What the hell I did with it? I know I didn't throw it away.
Oh, these the horns right here, huh? That you get.
Yeah, those are too big though. They sent me the wrong ones. Shit. I had the thing all trimmed.
What size are these?
Too big. You need like 1.1 inch. So
Inch and
I
an
can
eighth,
run
okay.
down, but you can use the smaller ones. You can use a little one like this and just run it back and forth.
Right.
I'll show you. But anyway, if you take a non-tilt bowl, let's just say this is the metal bowl.
Okay.
69 Skylark.
Right.
And it's got a little fluted that comes up like this. If you cut it off there, it fits right in here, perfect.
Okay.
And I was thinking, you know, if you're looking, I figured it this way: if a guy's got a non-tilt in his car and he gets a two-piece, he isn't going to think anything of it. It's all steel like the original. There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
It would look identical.
Yeah. Yeah.
I use the
Epoxy them together, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
You said.
Oh yeah.
Should use those two or make one, you know, to do it. It's not rocket science. So you're going to damage every one.
I've seen those online.
Yeah.
eBay.
Well, Ken Moore is what you want. Now, what I did, the driver is made a little different. This is what I made. This is silver soldered. This is just a snap-on handle. And I just put this in the tube and I push it out. So I push it on the tube. I'm not pushing on the lever, ripping it apart.
Oh, okay.
And then to pull it back on, this is the 69. So you turn this sideways and slide it in the tube and put this down here. And then there's a nut here to tighten this up.
Okay.
And it's snug then. And then you put this down over the top of it and tighten this up, and it actually pulls the tube up into the bowl. But I don't like doing that. I like to get them loose enough to slide. And you don't want to beat on the bowl, especially after you just welded it or glued it, you know.
All right, so
I always put this at 12 o'clock, so I can tell you right now this is off. So this here line is at 12 o'clock. This should be at 12 too,
Right.
which it's not moving.
Yeah, I was trying to pull it out of there. I was trying to pull it out.
This should be 25 1/4, and it's 25. It's only 1/4 inch off. Okay, so there's a couple ways we can do this. Let's see if I can. It's got to come apart, so I guess that doesn't matter. But what I usually do so I don't tear it all up is I grab this square hole right here. Yep, this here should be, when you're done, this should be at 12 o'clock like this. So that would line up if it was the right way. We got to get this out of here and get this plastic out or it's going to burn up when we weld. I don't know how they sell this stuff to anybody. I like the backyard guy that gets by, and I watch this bad Chad.
Right.
He doesn't butcher, but he definitely does some things differently. See that? It's not quite perfected, but that's that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's just fitting it.
You glue that, or you just carved that out of one piece?
No, I had a guy make those.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna put a black gasket under that belongs on there, so the bottom doesn't suck in the oil.
So you're just heating that plastic to get that plastic out of there,
A
huh?
little bit to melt the plastic inside, yeah.
Your release 1069.
So are these different sizes on different columns?
Well, the early ones, 64 to 6 is one column, 67 and 8 is another, and then 69 and newer are all the same.
Whoa.
Excuse me.
That's all right.
This, a little rust in there.
A little O-ring coming out of there.
Well, there's no O-ring.
No, I'm talking about like the smoke. The smoke.
Yeah.
So you saying from 69 up, a lot of these are gonna.
Are the same diameter. The length is not the same.
Oh, okay.
That's going to allow us to put it back on. You could do this with glue. I would not. Yeah, so we're loading up the column parts, and the guy goes, "This is a lot of work, 14 hours loading my trailer." And I said, "Well, you know, if you took it somewhere to sell it at the scrapyard, you'd have to load it up too." Well, you know, I should probably get a little size. You know, let's just stop talking about the money. I'll take care of you. You know?
Right.
So at the end of the day, I ended up giving him another $1,000, and he was all happy.
Oh,
and
really?
I showed him the bill, and he gave me a credit. He's supposed to finish some seatbelts. And I said, "You're starting to sound like your dad." I've been waiting 3 years for it. We're going to be there when I pick them up. But he told me there's a guy in Chicago, not Chicago, but Island Lake.
Yeah, I know where Island Lake is, right around Wakanda in that area. Yeah.
Ralph Donato had a place called Chicago Muscle Car Supply. And it used to be Chicago, Camaro, and Firebird years and years ago. And then they got after the companies that were using the trademark names. He had to get rid of it. But he retired and kind of sold out. It was kind of a mess. And I went down and looked at columns, and I bought 3 or 4 tilts and a couple consoles, and I couldn't make any money. You know, stupid prices. Well, Don went down there and bought all the non-tilts. They were still on the trailer. They
Oh,
weren't
really?
loaded yet, so
Really?
for nothing. It's a better price, I think. I mean, the non-tilts to me are not super valuable, but they're parts. I can get the bottom of the shaft off here, you know, and the screws and hardware and some of the stuff that you can't buy. But he found some different screws in that I like, new. And now I got part numbers for him. He did a lot with Corvette Tellies, 69 to 76. I don't want to beat the end of that. Less damage with a block of wood. It'll go on straighter too. Problem is it's still hot. I don't want to use oil because I want to weld it. I mean, I put, I'm looking for the 68. See, I use these. I'll slide the bowl on here, put it in the vise, and this one's oval. It's flat from going in the vise so many times. That's what I use when I work on a bowl. I just put that in the vise.
Oh, okay.
Coming to you on Alexa.
We need a
or
bigger
your
hammer.
mobile device,
It's usually the
or
problem.
over the air. This is Milwaukee's only 1069. I just learned something interesting about Japan, something that I never really thought about, and I'm kind of excited about this piece.
So I was reading yesterday that they're putting the vaccine in dental floss and lettuce and some other stuff now. Isn't that nice?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not just in the water, huh?
They do commercials with food. There's a little disclaimer at the end that says,
Well, why are we forced to take this?
because
There's an electrode in
discard in Japan.
the water
I think that's
that you can actually trace somebody by it.
Huh?
Yes. What a crooked dog. I'm dead serious.
It's something in the water that you can trace.
There's a through electrolysis, there's some kind of mineral in the water that can be traced. This is all engineered by our government, which is sad.
So you measure it from here to here.
Right. You want 25 and a quarter. And this should be
Saving the cash iron from using outside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
25 and 3/4, and this is 26 and an 1/8, so that's too long.
What?
Yeah. So what happens is,
So at different years?
when you're pulling this out of the car, this rolls. So inside here is a piece of plastic tubing with ball bearings in it, and that collapses. Okay, so it was probably collapsed and pulled out, or it doesn't take much to change it.
So this should, wow.
We're not going to record the rest of this now.
All right.
And I cut this little piece off here, and I take a pliers and I roll these in, so I can put the smaller one on.
Oh, I see what
It's
you're
pretty
saying.
much undetectable when you're done. Let's just take a piece of sandpaper and sand this cut on it that will be the exact dimension. I'm making you don't want to weld on a lathe to ruin the machine part of it, but I've got this welding fixture over there on the other side.
Okay.
It's got a shotgun, I'll be able to do stuff like this in there. I've already used it to cut holes and do things out of it already. And then now it's ready to assemble. I just put my gloves back on because it's still warm. But I buffed the end of that. I'm actually taking a little bit of metal off and closing up anything open so it's not going to hang up on me when I put it in.